Hello and welcome everyone. Today in this class we will start a new lesson, that is the third lesson of Human Geography class 12. It is population composition. So by the word population we understand the total number of uh, it may be anything, maybe animals, maybe plants, or some other thing, or human being also. But here in this lesson, the word population, from the word population we mean only human population. So when we say population composition, population is never the same, or you can say in any part of the world, in any country, in any state, in any state or any district, or even a small village also, if you take, you will not find a particular population who is identically the same. For example, you will not find a village where all the people are male and there is no female, or you will not find a village where all are female and no male, or you will not find a village where all are of same age group, either of 60, either of 50, either of, there will be always people of different, some will be children, some will be adults, some will be old. So in different part of the world, if you see, even if in a small state, in a small village, you will find people of different age category, different sex, then different working in different field. So this all things together, it makes the composition of population. This variety in population is actually known as the population composition. So here in this lesson we will study about the composition of population, the features what we can find in a particular population. So the first composition of population is sex composition. Sex composition means the number of, or the number of male or and female in a particular population. It may be a small village, it may be a country, or it may be the whole world. So the number of male or female that are found in a particular population. So counting or finding out the sex ratio, the ratio of male and female in a particular population. In other countries of the world the formula is different, and in India the formula is different. So in other countries of the world the male population is divided by total female population into 1000. So here male population is the countable thing and female population is the base. But in India, female population is, the total female population is divided by the total male population. So here female population is countable and male population is the base. So into 1000. So in India the calculation is different, and in other countries of the world the calculation is different. It is because in other parts of the world, in other countries except India and some few other countries, the male population is more than female population. In other countries everywhere in the world, female population is obviously more, female population is more than male population, but only in India male population is more than female population. Now why it happens we'll discuss later on. So these are the two different formulas that are used for calculation of sex ratio in India as well as in other parts of the world. So next point, that is importance of sex composition. Why do we need to study sex composition? If we study sex composition, what are the things that we actually know? So these are the two things that we come to know when we study sex composition of a particular place. For example, the 2 points are status of women. So if in a place the status of women is not good, if the status of women is not favorable, then the female ratio or female sex will be less in that particular place, because people don't bother about, people don't like to have girl child in that in those places. Next thing, female don't have any respect in the society. So there may be many crime against women in those places. As a result, due to that, the status of women is very bad and the sex ratio is also less. but here is one thing we should keep in mind, that if we see that in a particular place there is more female population than male, it does not directly mean that in that those places have good status of women. It may also have the cause, because the more female population also may be there because its male population has migrated away to some city area or town area in search of job or something like that. So only the female population has stayed back, and as a result the female population is more in that particular place. So every time if female population is more, it does not mean that there is good status of women. Next important point that we come to know is about the literacy rate of that particular place. If the sex ratio is more, female population is more, that means that particular place has a good literacy rate. For example, if you take Kerala has a good literacy rate, and until we know that it is the best or highest literacy rate state in India. So because Kerala has good literacy rate, as a result its female population is more, its sex ratio is also more. At the same time, if you see Bihar has very less sex ratio, literacy rate. It is the lowest literacy rate state, or maybe second lowest in India. So it's because its literacy rate is low, for that its sex ratio is also very low. So this literacy rate has direct relation with this one sex ratio. So these two things we come to know from the study of sex composition of a particular place. That is why we need to study sex ratio. So already I have told you about that in India female population is less than male population, and other parts of the world female population is more than male population. Now why it is that? Here two concepts is, one is natural advantage, other is social disadvantage. So in India, because of natural advantage, for a girl child, there is always a natural advantage that a girl population or a girl child from the mother's womb only, it has the capability to fight with different kinds of diseases. A girl has more capability to fight with different kinds of diseases. That means his antibody is more strong. It is stronger than in comparison to a boy child from his mother womb only. For that, a girl child very less in comparison to boy, very less girl child die in the mother's womb or in a child stage, or when for malnutrition or something like that, because its antibody is very strong. And when she grow also at very less amount of food also she can grow well. That is why she don't die very easily. So this is the natural advantage for girls, that their antibody is very strong. As a result, they don't die. So if there is no killing of girl child, it may be prenatal death, that is before birth only, in the womb of mother the girl child is killed. If that is not done, or after birth also many people they used to kill the girl child. Now why it is that, we'll discuss in social disadvantage. So if it is not done in any country, then obviously in that country the female population will be more than male population. That means in India these all things are done. That is why in India the female population is less than male population. So the social disadvantage for girl is that there are many couple who don't want girl child. Yes, it is true. So there are many couple in India today, they don't want girl child. Why? Because they think girl to be the property of someone else. They will spend their money, they will spend their energy, time on her, and ultimately one day will come when she will go away to someone else's house. Not only that, because while giving girl child to someone else in the process of marriage, you can say a huge amount of dowry is also needed. So this dowry is thought to be something like a burden by many people. As a result, they think that if a girl child took birth in their house, that means it is a burden for them, because her education, then her brought up, taking care, and ultimately giving her dowry in her marriage. So many couple, they don't want girl child. Apart from that, many people think that girl child is not their hierarchical owner. That means if I die, in my place, my house, my property will be only taken care by my son only. It is not, girl child is not my, not someone who will carry on my family. So for that also, many people don't prefer girl child, but they prefer for boy child who will carry on their family, their khandan, you can say. So these all are social disadvantages for which people, they don't want girl child, but they want boy child. Maybe for once, one child they had, it is girl child, it's okay, but they will go for, if they go for the second child, if in that condition a girl child again comes by sonography, and there are some technology at present from which people can come to know that inside the mother's womb what is there, either it is a boy or a girl. So before that, before birth only, if they come to know about this, and they have by sonography on, they come to know, then they will kill the girl child either in the mother's womb, or after, just after birth they will kill, or they will put it somewhere else, or in dustbin, or in a orphanage home. So these are all social disadvantages that is available in the society at present against girl child in India. Because of this social disadvantage, the female population in India is always less. But in other parts of the world, because of the natural advantage, because of girl child has more immune system, a strong immune system, everywhere in the world the female population is more. But in India the female population is less, always less than, except in 2-3 states. In other states all female population is less than male population. Let us come to the next point, that is the total sex ratio of the world. So total sex ratio of the world is 990 female per 1000 male. It is even the total sex ratio of the world also, if you see, the female population is 10% less. So the highest sex ratio, a country with highest sex ratio in the world is Latvia. So it is 1187 female per 1000 male, and lowest is UAE, that is 468 female per 1000 male. So though both the countries are different in economic development, it is very economically, this country is very developed and it is comparatively less developed than UAE, still then there is difference in sex ratio. So sex ratio does not directly show about the economic development. Economic development is not directly related with sex ratio. There are many countries which are economically less developed but good sex ratio, and even there are many countries which are economically very developed but very bad sex ratio. So Asian countries, most of the Asian countries has a very bad sex ratio. The sex ratio of female is very less in comparison to male. Countries like China, India, Pakistan, then Saudi Arabia, UAE, etc. So next, Europe. Europe is very in the whole world, Europe is the continent where sex ratio is very good. So there are many countries where female sex ratio is very high than male sex ratio. It is because from the very past, people from Europe, they have started to migrate to different parts of the world when there was colonial period also, and after that for technological development, for business and all, people from Europe has been migrating to other parts of the world. So the male population has migrated to other parts of the world and there are more female population left. As a result, the female population is more there and male population is less. This is one cause. Other than that, the condition for women is also status of women, literacy rate, and the natural advantage that I told you and social disadvantage. These all things don't prevail there. That is why the good in Europe the sex ratio is very good for female. Next, let us come to the next point, that is age structure. So age structure indicates the total population of a country, or the total population of the population of a country is at what age group. Either they are children, they are adult, or they are in old age group. So the total age group of a country is divided into three distinct age groups, that is 0 to 14 years. These are called children population. They are considered below 15 people are considered children population. Then 15 to 59 years, they are called as working population. Then above 60 years, they are called as old age people or aged population. So in this both cases, these two category of population is called as dependent population. They are dependent on the working population. Only this working population is earning population. The rest both are dependent on the working population. Now, if this population is dependent on this population, but it is for good, because in future this population is going to become working population. So if a particular country has more amount of this population, then if at present it is a problem, but in future this population will come in this place, then that country has a future good future development prospect. Then if this population is more, then it indicates that there is very high birth rate and the population is at the youthful stage. So if it is more, this population is more, then future development prospect is there, but it has very high birth rate. But if this population is more, the population in the working age is more, then that country will have very good economy, because more people are there who can work, who is able to work, so their economy will be good. So it will be a developed country, or it will have very in near future prospect of development if the government can use this population in the right way. Then if it is in above 60 years, more in the old age population, this population, if even though they are also dependent population and they are also dependent population, but this dependency is separate and this dependency is separate, because this dependency has a future prospect. In future it will become working population, but this dependency has no future prospect, because after 60 years now they are just dependent on them, but in future there is no prospect, nothing is going to come from them. As a result, this dependency of this is totally an expenditure. So for them there will be healthcare expenditure, there will be safety expenditures. So this population is totally if more population is there, so more population above old age population is there, then there will be more expenditure on healthcare, of safety facility, etc. So these are the main features of age structure. So let us move to the next topic, that is age-sex pyramid. So in the age-sex pyramid, if you see, it is a graph that is drawn for age-sex pyramid. There will be a middle line from this side. Towards the left hand side there is male population, and towards the right hand side it is the female population. Total male and female both are shown in the same graph, and at the same time this male and female population are shown in the different age group. On this line there will be age category will be there, so in different age group the male and female population will be shown. So the first, that is expanding population pyramid, that we can see in the book. So expanding population pyramid, it is found in the countries like Nigeria, which is very underdeveloped countries. So the shape of that pyramid is just like the triangle. So at the base there is more population, at the lower age group where the age group is lower, at that there is more population, and when the age group grows, the population pyramids becomes narrower and narrower. It takes the shape of a triangle, you can say. Now why it is so? Because First is the birth rate is very high in those countries because it is underdeveloped. So in underdeveloped countries always the birth rate is very high. So birth rate is very high, but the life expectancy at birth is very low, very less. People, they don't reach the age of old age group. Before that only they die. Many people, they die. Then more than that, the life expectancy at birth is less. Then people, because of bad economic condition, because there is no job facility, no income, people, they migrate to some other places where there is good economic condition or good job facility and all. So when the population reach or age group reach the old age, then the population pyramid becomes very narrow. So these are the causes. First is birth rate is high, then life expectancy is low, then third is people migrate from those countries to other parts of the world. So this kind of pyramids can be, expanding population pyramids can be seen in the countries of all the underdeveloped countries. Like here it is Nigeria. Other than Nigeria, you can also see for Bangladesh, then Mexico. These all countries, if you see, the population pyramid will be seen like this. So the next population pyramid is constant population. So this kind of population pyramid is found in Australia. So these are the countries where the population, because of it is a well developed country, so the population has already become almost constant. So there the base and the upper part is almost the same. There is life expectancy at birth is also good, their birth rate is also under control, and birth rate and death rate are almost at the same level. So people, they don't die more, and though their base is very small, but people from other parts of the world, they used to migrate to this country. They used to come to this country for in search of job, but this country, they don't allow them to settle there permanently. So up till the working age, the pyramid is little bit thicker. Then when the working age cross, people who come from other parts of the world, after their working age cross, when they cross 60, then they should leave this country and go back to their own country from where they have come. So as a result, because of this, again on towards the top, if you can see, so the population pyramid again becomes narrow because the people who came from other parts of the world, they have gone away. So next type of population is declining population pyramid. So this type of population pyramid is found in countries like Japan. Their own population, here the base is very small, base is very narrow, but slowly when it goes up, the population pyramid little bit become more. It shows that its own birth rate is very less, but people from other parts of the world, because of job or because of any other technological investigation, people from other parts of the world, they used to come to this country. As a result, here the towards the upper portion, the population pyramid little bit increase, it becomes big. So though their population birth rate is very less, but towards when the age group becomes more, then people from other parts of the world, because people from other parts of the world, they come to this country, as a result its population pyramid little bit becomes thick in the upper portion. So these are the three important population, different kinds of population pyramid that we find in to explain the population and age group of any country. So next important concept, that is aging population. So aging population is the phenomena, or you can say it is a process by which the people or population in the aged group more than 60, so it becomes more in comparison to the other age group. So in most of the developed countries of the world, this phenomena is very common. This phenomena has become very common. Why? Because in those countries the birth rate has come down, birth rate has declined, but the people who were before, who took birth before, now these people are becoming old and old. Day by day they are growing old. So as a result, their population is increasing. And more than that, because of the scientific technology, good living condition, medical facility, etc., the life expectancy is also becoming more. Life expectancy means when a particular baby get birth, what is the possibility that up till what age that baby will be alive, that is called life expectancy. And if in a developed country the medical facility is good, the health condition is good, the environment is good, economic sector is good, then in those countries the life expectancy is more. That means that baby will not die because all the conditions are good there. And if in the underdeveloped country these all things are bad, then there is more possibility that baby will not live for a very long time. So the life expectancy is good in those developed countries. So if a person get births, he live for 80-90 years. So the aged population, they don't die very easily also, and the birth rate also has come down. As a result, the children population has come down and the aged population is more. So this process is actually known as aging population. This in all the developed countries of the world are facing this problem. Next, China, though it is not fully developed country, still then China is also facing that problem because of one policy was adopted by China around 20 years back. It was known as one child policy, and because China is very communist country, it has very cruelly, or you can say very abruptly, it has adopted this one child policy, that it has made every couple to give birth to only one child. No two child is allowed. As a result, the population has abruptly come down because all the population who had 4-5 children, the population was at a certain level. But all of a sudden, when they have stopped giving birth to more than one child, then the population has come down. As a result, the children population is very less at present in China. In this 20 years, the people who were in the adulthood, who were in the working population, they have become now old. They have entered into the old population. So the old population is more in China, and this one children population is very less. As a result, their total population has also more aged population has come. As a result, many different difficulties also has been faced by China, like crime against these old people, then healthcare facility and all. So they should spend more for this. So this is one phenomena which is known as aging population. So let us come to the next point, that is rural urban composition. So rural urban composition is the difference between or people living either in a rural area or in an urban area, that is in a village area or in a city area. So this, in every country there will be population who will be living in rural area or in urban area. It is obviously true, but by studying this, what does we come to know? Why do we need to study the rural urban composition of population? So first thing is lifestyle. The lifestyle of people living in rural area and people living in urban area, both are different. Next, livelihood. The working of people, the working for job of people living in rural area and urban area, both are different. More population in the rural area are engaged in agriculture or primary activities, and more population in urban area, they are engaged in secondary and tertiary activity. Then social condition, their social conditions are also different. If you see people or thinking style of people living in rural and urban area, both will be different. If you practically see or practically practice all these things, examine, then you will find. Then their food habit, dress pattern, then their ways of tradition like marriage, birth, death, tradition, all these are different in both rural and urban area. So then most importantly, a country is how much a country is developed or underdeveloped. That can be found out from the total number of population living in the urban area. Either more population are living in the urban area or more population are living in rural area. From that only we can find out either that country is developed or underdeveloped or developing, because if a country is well developed, then more population will be living in urban area. Then if it is underdeveloped or developing, then the more population will be living in rural area. So because of all these things, we need to study rural urban composition. Next is rural urban division. How rural an area is demarcated as a rural area or a area is demarcated as urban area. So in different countries, the criteria for dividing rural and urban area is different, but the universally accepted definition is that an area where more number of people are engaged in primary activities are called as rural area, and an area where more number of people are engaged in non-primary activities either in secondary, tertiary, quaternary, whatever it may be. So it is called as that area is called as urban area. So next, rural urban sex composition. So in both rural and urban area, their sex composition is different. In different parts of the world you will find different countries where in urban area more number of female, and in other countries where in urban area more number of male. So in the western countries, that is in European countries or USA, in those countries, in rural area you will find more male population and less female population. But in the urban area, just opposite of this, in those western countries, in the urban area there will be more female population and less male population. So just opposite of this, in India there is in rural area more male population and less male population and more female population. Now why it is this, why it happens? So in those western countries, more number of male population are found in the rural area, in the village area, because the agriculture there is very developed. So this mechanized agriculture is always male dominated, more number of male needed in to do this agricultural work. That is why more male population are found there. So in the urban area more female population are found, because in the western countries, in town area more female are found, because the job opportunities and all education facilities, everything are available for female population. So this female, they migrate to the city area, to the urban area in search of job. As a result, more female population are found there. Next, in India, more male population are found in the more female population are found in the rural area, because in India many female, they are engaged in agricultural sector. Other than that, there are also security problem, housing problem, then less income. For this all things, female population are not allowed to migrate to the city area to settle down there. As a result, there is in India more female population are found in the rural areas, and more male population are found in the urban area.